Well, hello there, Libras. Welcome back to my channel. This is Awakened Healings with Jess. Thank you so much for the new subscriptions. I really, truly appreciate your support and your return. And to those of you who are new, thank you for stopping by. Welcome. What I do is this is going to be your mid-month check-in for the month of April. This will cover the 15th through the 30th of April, essentially. For the sign of Libra. Now, this is a general reading, so some of the messages do not resonate with everyone. So just take what does and leave what does not, and that's okay. This is also for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Also check your Venus signs as well. I have done all the zodiac signs for the beginning of April. I'm in the process of doing the mid-months. So those of you, feel free to check those videos out as well to see what's going on at the beginning of the month. Also, I do weekly healing energy reports, and those come out every Sunday, and that is just for the week, and it's a very general reading. It's kind of a cool way to check in to see, like, hey, what's going on this week? Anything I need to be aware of? Or sometimes you can pick up cool nuggets of wisdom that came out in your zodiac readings, but, just something that's continuing on throughout the week that kind of highlight things that you learned or build upon certain aspects. So I don't know, it's just a cool thing to do. So feel free to check out those videos. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe to those that do resonate with you. And welcome to all new subscribers as well. Okay, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you all to please come into sacred space with me. I'm going to use a Tibetan singing bowl, and I'm going to ring it 2 times. First time I ring it, we'll take a nice cleansing inhale and a deep exhale, and we'll do it again and repeat the process, the inhale, exhale process. Just clear your minds, get still, breathe out anything that's weighing you down, anything that's really heavy, just release. Okay, this is a time of healing, so let's create some sacred space, shall we? Okay. Lovely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with some oracle cards. This is the Goddess of the Moon oracle deck, and I'm going to pull about 3 to 4 cards, and this will be the theme that's going on from the middle of the month to the end of the month, okay? And this is just some things that are coming out for the month of April. Again, feel free to check out your reading that was done on the 1st. That was released on the 1st of the month, so check those out as well. And also check out the weekly healing energy reports too. Peace. Beautiful. One thing to keep in mind is that we are in the middle of Aries season. We just completed a very strong and potent new moon in Aries on Friday night. That had a lot of power with it. Basically, its job was to clean out anything that no longer served us. And the idea is to create space for the new. All of us in the collective, I want to speak in absolutes, but I want to say many of us are starting new cycles. Okay, we've ended a lot of cycles, primarily ending in March, and with the Aries energy has propelled us into new cycles. Okay, a lot of things that we ended were just old karmic cycles that, it's like, okay, we've learned our lessons, we've grown into the people of who we are today. That's over and done with, move on. Now we're starting something new. Okay, so the Aries new moon on Friday helped us sort of release anything else that was lingering, within our energy. So many of you be dealing with some separation. Maybe some of you are dealing with letting go of, walking away of jobs, or maybe changing careers, or maybe deciding to move. So it's big changes, right? This is up leveling. It's starting a new chapter in your life. That's what's happening right now. Also, gosh, these cards don't want to talk. Also, what's going on is we are in the middle of 2 Libra full moons. We had a full moon in Libra on the 20th of March at 0 degrees, and then we have another full moon in April next week on the 19th at 9 degrees. And what's special and unique about that is that it's very rare to have 2 full moons in the same sign. So what's interesting here is that because it's Libra really focuses on relationships, on people. Plus, it's symbolized by the scales, and it really is all about balancing your life. And because we have these two full moons happening that focuses on relationships, what we're doing now is sort of like we're evaluating who's in our life for our highest good. And this is beginnings, reverse. So maybe there's some of us who'd be resisting the new change, the new cycle I just spoke about. But going back to what I was saying about Libra full moons, it's helping us reevaluate the people in our lives. That could be friendships, business partners, family, and romantic relationships. And ultimately, it's going to be like, well, who gets to make the cut at the end of this cycle? So we've had a lunar cycle to really evaluate the people in our lives, to see who's really there for us, what's working, what's not, who do we have to release. Oh, lovely. Self-love. I think we're going to go ahead and end the themes there. I think that's plenty for Libra to get us started. Simply because I feel I feel that that's it for this oracle deck. So we have peace. Okay, so many of you have done a lot of releasing, a lot of ending old karmic relationships. You're ending the old cycles. New beginnings are coming in. There'll be some delays there. And it could be for a variety of reasons. It could just be that maybe some of you are feeling off kilter just with the energy. You know, there's been a big shift in your life, so things are settling. But just relax and flow into it and know that, you know, the month of April is going to be an amazing month. Great energy with the Aries energy. And it really is a month of renewal and rebirth for many of us. So try not to resist the new beginnings that are coming in, because they're absolutely gorgeous. And most importantly, I think this is it. This sums it up. Self-love. Self-love right now for yourself is most important. If any of you had to release any karmic partners or any friendships, or, you know, just kind of cut off a family member, that's a difficult conversation, and that's very challenging, and it's very stressful and draining. But, you know, if that's the case, you know, you did it for yourself, you did it for your highest good and for their highest good. It doesn't mean that it has to be a permanent split. It's just a break right now until your energy settles and until their energy settles, and then they can rise up to meet you where you're at, because we're all ascending right now. But most importantly, self-love, Libras, okay? Beautiful. I already like what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to do a 5-card spread. This is the Osho Zen Tarot deck. And we're just going to see what comes out for you all, okay? But yeah, lots of cool things going on astrologically. Like I said, we've got 2 full moons in Libra. We just had the new moon in Aries last week. Next week, we start Taurus season on the 20th, so the energy will move from fire energy into earth energy, so we're going to have a little bit of a calming effect there. First card, projections, 7 of water. This is the inner voice, okay? This is the High Priestess card. I love it. She is the most psychic card of the deck, okay? So I love that for you all already. Readings to be good, I can already tell. But also, another thing I like to point out astrologically is that this is a perfect time for conversation. Mercury is now direct, and Mars has moved into Gemini. And both of those planets, well, Mercury governs communication and Gemini governs communication, as well as exchanges of intellectual ideas, thoughts, and philosophies. So this is a prime time for you all to have those conversations and say things that need to be said. Okay, so we have the Aloneness card, reverse. That's the Hermit card in Tarot, and we have Ripeness. Okay, and that is the 9 of Rainbows, which is 9 of Pentacles, essentially. So abundance. I like it. This is good for you all. But yeah, so going back to conversations, the energy right now is supporting all of us to have those difficult conversations and to clear the air, either to say what you need to say and to speak your truth and speak it clearly with conviction. And also it's calling us in to be great listeners, to let the other party speak their truth, say their piece, share their perspective, to maybe fix whatever is going on, okay? Okay, comparison. Okay, and bottom of the deck is turning in, keep up reversed. Okay, and we'll go ahead and talk about that. Okay, so like I said, first card out of this deck was projections. This is the 7 of water, And what this card signifies is it's saying that many of us may not be seeing a situation clearly, or may not be seeing our people clearly. Again, this could be, it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic, but you can regard it as romantic here. But we might be seeing, you know, family members, friends, business partners, and our romantic partners clearly. We'd be seeing a version of the truth, or maybe a version of the truth that we want to see or that we're comfortable with. So this card is saying, nope, you got to look beyond the veil, look beyond, you know, what people are projecting, and also vice versa. They're going to be dealing with people who are not being truthful with you, who may not be truly authentic and be putting on a front or some type of facade, and they're only showing an aspect of you, which in some cases can be a form of manipulation. So be very careful right now, Libra, okay? Again, this is all about relationships right now. This lunar cycle that we're in right now. We are literally in the middle of it. Next week is a full moon in Libra, 9 degrees. That's the 19th of April. So again, all of us are being called to examine the people in our lives and to see who's really here for us genuinely, or who's just here trying to get something out of us for their own personal benefit and their own greedy or self-centered, you know, intentions. So just be careful about that, and just, you know who you're dealing with. Your intuition is very strong right now, Libras. This is the inner voice. This is the High Priestess card in the regular tarot deck. She is the most psychic card in the deck. And when High Priestess comes in, or the inner voice in this case comes in, she is signaling to you to trust your intuition. Go within. Align yourself with the higher spirit. Okay? Ask your spirit guides for advice and guidance. Get still. Meditate. Don't listen to a lot of external information that you're receiving, stuff that's, you know, from the egoic mind, or anything, you know, that's not resonating with you. No. Right now is the time to go within and really tap into your intuition. She's here letting you know that your intuition is on point, so trust your gut, trust your instincts, and if something doesn't feel right, you know what to do. Just do what feels right to you, essentially. We have the aloneness card. It came up reversed. So I feel like some of you may be struggling with your intuition. This is the Hermit card in the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck. This is also the Virgo card. So I don't know if any of y'all are maybe dealing with Virgos or something in a situation, but basically when the aloneness card comes in, this is all about solitude. This is all about moving forward in a situation that seems murky, but you're doing it from a place of trust. And this is all about tapping into your intuition. So I'm going to turn this upright so the symbology is coming in a little clearer. So what we see here is we have a gentleman on a trail or a path, and it's dark. There's no light source there. He's not carrying a torch. He's not carrying a candle. There's no other light sources out in the distance. What is lighting his way is his inner knowing. Okay, it's his inner light. That's what's shining through, and it's guiding him through this darkness. So like I said, many of us literally ended some major cycles. A lot of that happened at the end of March. Some of that carried into the beginning of April. So sort of depending on where you are on your timeline, will determine where you are in this transition. And this aloneness period kind of represents a dark time. And it's not dark because it's like, oh God, it's foreboding. It's sort of like an in-between. You're in between the energies because you just completed a cycle and now a new one is getting ready to start. So it's that energy shift. You're literally right in that gap space in the middle. And this is what the aloneness card is symbolizing, okay? So again, it came up reversed, so there may be some trouble and that some of you be having in trusting your instincts and trusting the energy around you. To me, the way I'm seeing this and what I'm getting is that your future right now is still too new. Things haven't quite settled yet for your new cycle. So things are very fluid. Nothing has crystallized yet. And this is a time to get still and to be very present right now. Don't worry too much about the future just yet, but definitely do not reflect on the past. The past is over and done with, and you ended those cycles for a reason, okay? You learned those karmic lessons, you've grown, you've ascended, and now you're getting ready to move on to a new cycle that's going to take you even higher on your ascension journey, okay? So this is exciting. I really like this energy that I'm seeing for you all, because at the end of the darkness, you know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and next card up is brightness. This is amazing because one, it's the Nine of Rainbows, and rainbows in the Osho Zen deck are synonymous with pentacles. So essentially, this is the Nine of Pentacles in the regular tarot. This is all about coming into your power. You are ready to give love, to receive love, to help people out. If you're financially stable, you're willing to help people with, you know, finances. You're just ripe and ready for the picking. Okay, I mean, you are primed and ready for this new cycle that's starting. So it's beautiful energy for you all, Libra. I mean, it really is. And you know, just don't doubt it, because in your theme card, the beginnings card came up reversed, right? So new beginnings are on the horizon. Just trust your intuition, because it's your future is bright. It's beautiful. I mean, this is abundance right here. This is pure abundance. You are in your power. And next step is, you know, the Ten of Pentacles. So, or the Ten of Rainbows in this card, and that is like primo abundance. That is, you know, the house, the relationship, the job, the lifestyle. It's all there. So you're right there, okay, Libra. Your future, your new future is literally tangible. It's starting to crystallize. So just hang on a little longer, and, you know, just get through this dark period. Trust it. Trust that you are being divinely guided. Because, like I said, you have the High Priestess with you, okay? You have the inner voice. So your intuition is locked in. One thing I would caution, and this is what's crowning over the deck, is the comparison card, okay? This is the Five of Clouds, which could be considered the Five of Swords in the regular tarot. So this is all about what's going on in our minds. And usually five energy, numerologically speaking, if I can say that word correctly, is all about conflict, right? It's conflict or challenges or something to that effect. But here, this card is telling you, don't compare yourself to other people. Don't worry about that. You just do you, Libra, okay? You just do you, and you are on your own path. You're on the path that you need to be, and you're going at the speed where you need to, you know, that's right for you. You have a deviation, and that's cool. Let it happen, because it's probably meant to happen for a reason. Usually deviations are, what's the saying? Obstacles or deviations in the right direction, something like that. So just sort of keep that in mind. So don't compare yourself to others. They're not on your journey. They haven't walked in your shoes. They haven't been where you have, and vice versa. You haven't been in their shoes, and you're not on their journey as well. So you just focus on yourself and just trust your instincts, trust your intuition. All right. So that's what I have right now. Oh, let's talk about the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck is turning in. It is reversed, and this is the Four of Water, okay? So this is close to the Four of Cups in the regular tarot deck, and this is about being in your emotions and going within to seek the inner guidance. This is all about getting still and receiving those spiritual downloads that you need to receive right now. Because right now, like I said, your intuition is spot on. Okay, so trust this new cycle. Trust where you're at. And you feel a little squishy, and you feel a little fluid, but let's turn this energy right side up for you all and get yourselves in alignment. Because once you get yourselves aligned, everything's gonna flow as it needs to. Okay, all right. So what I want to do next is I want to pull some oracle cards. This is the Untamed Truth Oracle deck, and what I like to do here is I like to use these as a supplement to what we just received in the reading. Oops, first out is the Tend card. This is all about self-care, and we saw the self-care card in your theme, okay? So it's very important, Libras, that you are taking care of yourself. Protect your energy, protect your health, relax the mind, okay? It's important because you're going to need, wow, these are literally jumping cycles. What did I just say? You're starting a new cycle, okay? It's getting ready to start. You're going to need your energy to be on point when this starts. So consider this time period a period of rest, a period of to pause and catch your breath, because I'm telling you, once that love came in reverse, but we'll talk about that, okay? But love is coming in for you all. But yeah, once your new cycle begins, you all are going to be very busy, very active. Things are going to be working out for you. You know, many of you are going to start moving on those plans and intentions that you set back in January, and possibly even there was 3 super moons, you know, within those 3 months, and those were all 3 moons were ideal for setting intentions, tweaking your intentions, adding to your intentions. So now, right now with Aries, it is all about action, okay? It's all about action with the new cycle. So hang on, because it's going to be a really exciting time for any of us on this journey. And I can already tell just by the energy that we're seeing here in your reading, it's going to be a great month for you all. It's going to be spectacular because this energy is going to carry you into with the Taurus energy. So, Rhoda, this is the wheel of change. So you're definitely starting a new cycle, and it's fated. It's destiny. So this is, yes, it's confirming the cycle card that just came out as a second card in this oracle. And air. So this is tapping into your own energy, Libras. You all are air signs. Okay, and bottom of the deck is the messenger. This messenger card brings in messages of hope and faith. So keep up your faith, keep up your hope. Don't lose, don't get discouraged, don't get demotivated. You know, the energy, like I said, may be feeling a little off for you all. It just depends on what it is that you released. And, you know, some of us, you know, with the Mercury retrograde and Pisces season, did some major releasing. And then also with the new moon last Friday in Aries, that was very potent. I know for me it was, and I released energy that I wasn't expecting to release, and holy cow. Wow. So if that's what you all are working with, you know, just keep the faith, but definitely self-care. Take care of yourself, okay? This card is coming out again just to sort of foot stomp that rest is needed, relaxation, make sure you're eating healthy, drinking enough water. You want to try some salt baths. That really helps with the aura, and it really helps, you know, clear out any toxins that are in your energy field. Get grounded. This is also a card for earth energy. So definitely get outside, get out in nature, go for a walk, get some fresh air, get some sunshine. Depending on where you are in the U.S., the weather is warming up. In some parts of the U.S., it's already very hot. But get outside, you know, and just breathe into this process. Like I already showed you, the cycles, you've had the cycles card. So you're ending a cycle and you're beginning a new one, which is being shown here with the Rhoda card. And this card is synonymous with the Wheel of Fortune in the regular tarot deck. And Wheel of Fortune is all about a new cycle, new karma, good luck because it's upright. So good things are happening, okay? So trust the process, flow with it. Love came in reversed. What I'm seeing is that maybe this is not necessarily romantic love. This could be that your heart shop be closed. And a lot of us are receiving this message because many of us are up leveling and we're starting new projects, and we're starting new activities, and we're sort of changing our focus and direction to do things that are more heart-centered, that feel good for us. So the advice that's been coming through, and I'm also sensing it for you all, Libra, is that approach life and approach people from a place of love. So doing more service type activities, you know, volunteering, community service, doing acts of kindness, you know, and just sort of come from a heart-centered space when you're interacting with people. And that's what I'm seeing throughout the collective, that many of us are being called to release judgment, release fears, and really just sort of tap into who we are, you know, our authentic selves, and open up our hearts to others. So I feel like that's been closed for many of us, you know. We get so busy in our lives that it's just like, okay, I got this, I got that, you know, I'm rushing home, I'm in, you know, rush hour traffic, I got to take the kids to activities, I got to make dinner, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And it's all about, you know, taking care of what needs to be taken care of, but it's not really done like as an act of kindness, it's like, okay, I'm taking care of my family, I'm taking care of responsibilities, but our heart chakra is still closed. But this is asking us to be more mindful, to be more present in the now, and just sort of really approach life from a heart-centered space. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. This could also, this could be literal. This could be a literal translation of, love. Maybe some of you are in romantic relationships where it's not quite working, and there'd be some friction, there'd be some tension, and that is to be expected because of the lunar cycle that we're going through. We're in between two full moons in Libra, and the focus literally is on relationships. Also, Venus moved into Pisces, the sign of Pisces, last week. So, it really is highlighting relationships, and even highlighting the romantic relationships. So, if something isn't working, then harness the energy of Mercury going direct and Mars moving into Gemini, because it's all about communication. So maybe this is an indication that some of you who are out of union with your twins and soulmates, that you need to maybe have a clarifying conversation and figure out what's going on. So that could be what this card is also talking about. But I really do feel that overall, this is about showing up in life, showing up in this new cycle in a more mindful, heart-centered space, and just kind of giving of that energy. Because when we give love, we open up our hearts to receive love. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. And then, crowning the deck is air. This is you all, Libra. This is all about your energy. It's inspired action, it's ideas, it's conversation. So this is you. So harness your energy, settle into it, because this will help you deal with, the wheel of change that's coming in and the new beginnings for you. But just, overall, trust your instincts, because your intuition is really high right now. It's really spot on. Like I said, you have the High Priestess in your reading. So trust that energy. Okay, so next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards for you all. This is from the Shamanic Oracle deck. And what I like about this is that, one, the wisdom and guidance from this deck is, wow, it's usually really, really important, really significant, and it's usually the type of advice that you need to receive, and it's like old, ancient advice. It's really cool. So those of you who are new to the channel, I really hope you like this part. This is actually probably my favorite part, because I am a practicing shaman, and I really enjoy the messages that these cards bring. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards. So first up is the Serpent. This is all about releasing past lives, because it came out reversed. Ooh, that one jumped. Did you all see that? That flew. This is the Middle World. Okay, and let's see what else comes out. So I was doing readings also yesterday, and these cards were literally jumping out of hands. So there is something in the air right now, something about the Aries energy that is making these cards very excited, very active, and they really want to come through to convey messages. So it's been interesting, So when they want to talk, they really want to talk. We'll take this one. This is the Eagle. I like that one for you. Okay, bottom of the deck, Sweat Lodge. This is all about detoxing and releasing, okay? So, what I'm going to do for you all is I like to read from the book. One, there's a lot of symbology in these cards that I want to make sure you all understand. And 2, the messages are super important. And I feel like this is the meat of the reading. This is what you all are here for. Okay, so let's get started. So we have the Serpent. Came up reversed. Reversals mean that it's just medicine, okay? But you'll like the advice. Okay, the meaning is, the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. Okay, so this is reversed. So this is medicine. I'm going to read the medicine message for you all, Libra. When you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. Okay, so very cool for you. Like I said, it's all about releasing the past, but releasing it with grace. Just letting it go. And I saw that for you that came out early on in your theme, the beginnings, right? So some of you be hesitant to start new things and maybe I don't want to say doubting new beginnings, but you're not willingly going into the new beginnings or into this new cycle. Okay, but like I said, Serpent is here letting you know that let go of the past, shed it, but shed it with grace. Because if you don't shed it with grace, the universe has an interesting way of getting its way, and that's never fun. It's usually comes with hard lessons, and there's no need for that. So, trust your intuition, trust the cycles, and trust the energy. Okay, so next is the middle world. The middle world is the realm of the day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening. Yet the middle world is created by the future, not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. So this came up upright for you. So your invitation message is, the middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expedient, but mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground, and what would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with great ease right now. This is amazing, Libra, because this is literally saying that you are in alignment. Your spirit guides are here to support you, and it's coming through. It is coming through in this reading, big time. This is big energy that I'm seeing, and your intuition, and it's telling you to be present when everything is happening, and do not hesitate, but to move forward. So trust it, okay? Trust your instincts. Like I said, it's all perfect timing for you all. So don't doubt. Hey, Eagle. This is a good card for you all. I'm excited that you all have Eagle. The eagle comes from the east, the place of the rising sun, of new beginnings. She soars high in the sky, sees the smallest detail with clarity without losing track of the bigger picture, and nests in the high mountain. For Eagle, there are no obstacles, only opportunities. She calls you to ascend to acquire perspective, so you can fly wing to wing with great spirit. Okay, so that's what it means. Now your invitation message is, have you become trapped in your daily routine and feel you do not know where to go and what to do next? Have you lost your sense of purpose? Eagle invites you to take a deep breath and spread your wings. When was the last time you opened them? Eagle reminds you that your spirit was born to soar to the heavens. As you contemplate choices, ask yourself, do I want to live in a chicken coop, sheltered from life, counting the regular feedings, or do I want to soar like an eagle? If your answer is the latter, then you must accept Eagle's invitation and embrace the courage that will help you choose freedom. Okay? So this is all supporting the cycles, the new beginnings that keeps coming up in this reading, okay? I mean, it's all over the place. You had it in your theme. You had it in the tarot reading. You have it twice in the oracle with the Rota card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the cycles card, the moon cycles, okay? It's coming through clearly in your shamanic messages here, okay? This is great, you guys. I am so excited for all of you. This is wonderful energy that's going on for you, Libras, and I can't wait to hear from all of you on what you're working on. So definitely, keep me posted and updated as things work themselves out. Bottom of the deck is the Sweat Lodge, okay? The Sweat Lodge represents the womb of Mother Earth. Volcanic stones are heated in a fire outside, then brought into the lodge and placed in a shallow hole in the center. Participants sit in complete darkness around the red-hot stones to sweat away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. When you return humbly to the womb of the mother, you are offered second chances. Okay, so that's the meaning of this card. It's all about detox and letting go. The invitation is, this is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges, and without judging it, invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. Libra, it doesn't get any more clearer than that. Holy moly. I mean, this literally, I felt like was talking about the aloneness card. Going into the dark, going within, trusting your intuition. You have the high priestess with you. This is all about lining up and, you know, accepting the messages from the divine, because they will lead you where you need to go. You are ripe. The timing right now is perfect for you all. So I'm super excited for all of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some cards. This is the Pure Love Oracle, okay? So for those of you who are concerned about your soulmates and twins, this is just some cool cards that kind of symbolize a message that your masculine would like to share with the feminines and vice versa. We'll just see what comes out. Usually I like to pull 2 cards, sometimes 3 cards tend to come out, but we'll just go with what decides to appear. Okay. Oh, well, no, I can't take that. That's way too much. Masculine would like to share to his feminine that he forgives her. First card out. And I wish you were with me. Okay, so I'm sensing disunion at the moment. And one more for the feminine. We need to wait for better conditions. However, we are forever connected. Okay, so definitely something happened. And it looks like feminine did something to the masculine. And mind you, this is all about the energy that you're identifying with, okay? It doesn't mean, this is your gender, but it's all about the energy you're identifying with. So the masculine is saying that he forgives the feminine, and that he wishes she was with him. A little bit of a tongue twister. And she's saying, okay, that's nice, but we need to wait for better conditions. However, we are forever connected. So it makes sense, given this massive transition that's going on. So maybe some of you masculines are dealing with a Libra feminine, and maybe the masculine is a cross watcher of a different sign. So if you are dealing with Libras, right now, many of the Libras have undergone this major transition, and perhaps the transition caused a separation within your union. And right now the energy is not supportive of trying to fix things, just because it's too fluid. Doesn't mean that, there's no hope for the connection. I do sense that next week, starting in the Taurus season, the 20th of April, Earth energy kicks in. So if you can wait till after the 20th, or if you want to play it safe and wait till end of the month, we will be definitely nice and planted in Taurus season, and you'll have that nice grounding, nurturing feminine energy of the earth from Taurus, of the earth energy. So that will be, I feel, the better conditions, make sure I'm holding the right one, the better conditions for you all to have the conversations that you need to have. Because like I talked about earlier, right now, this is good energy to have clear conversations. We're not in a retrograde anymore, and like I keep saying, Mars is now in Gemini. It's going to be there for a little bit. So once the sun moves into Taurus, I think the energy literally will be ideal to fix what's going on here. Okay, so I hope that resonated with some of you. And lastly, what I'd like to do is I always like to pull a couple of cards from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. This is a great way to round out the reading. The artwork is absolutely lovely, and the messages are always inspirational and uplifting. And, sometimes it's a good way to just kind of cap off what this whole reading was all about. So we'll see what comes through. Be in service, okay? And I talked about that with the Oracle card from the Love, is just sort of approaching this new cycle from a place of kindness, from a place of mindfulness, and from more of a heart-centered energy. And it's active kindness, and it's all about giving love to receive love. It is not necessarily romantic love, but this is about spreading love throughout the community. Okay, so that's interesting. Let's see what else is coming up for you all. So I think what I'm going to do, if I'll give this one more go round. Okay, I'm going to split and take the top two. Acceptance of love. Okay, and it's interesting because, oh, I think it's coming to this. You know, acceptance of love is talking about opening up your heart chakra. In the reading, I talked about some of you have a closed heart chakra. And before I get into this one, in your theme, this is all about self-love. So maybe some of you aren't loving yourselves enough. You know, maybe you may be feeling a little bit of self-doubt. Maybe your self-worth isn't where it should be or need to be. So this is all about love, okay? And it came out, like I said, in your theme. So, wow, this is very synchronistic. So I'm hoping that this is resonating with all of you. And I love this card. I love the green because it's just totally indicative of the heart chakra, the green energy of the heart. And I just love, you know, that it's two people sharing a moment together, just, you know, sharing their heart space, connected at the hearts. And, you know, keep this in mind, because those of you who are not in union, but who are trying to manifest a union, keep an open mind, keep an open heart. It's the heart chakra. When it's open, that's what's going to call in your soulmate, your twin, okay? It really is. And be gentle with yourselves, okay? This is the third card that I pulled for you all. So be gentle with yourselves. You all have gone through, like I said, a major transition. Things are settling, and, you know, just try and be at peace, because this also came out in your theme at the very beginning, okay? So I hope, Libras, that this resonated with any of you. I hope you enjoyed the information that came out this evening in your reading. And please feel free to share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And keep in touch. Please comment below on what you're working on. I really want to hear from you. I've heard from some of you on the Libra forecast at the beginning of the month. So I'm really excited to hear what's going on with you. Okay, so best of luck to all of you. Lots of love and light and blessings. And I'll check in with you. And also check out the video. Like I said, I do weekly healing energy reports. Those are released on Sundays. So I just released one last night. Another one will come out next Sunday, and so forth. Okay, so that's just kind of a cool way to kind of keep checking in and see what else is coming out for you. All right, take care, Libras. Lots of love and light. I'll see you in. Okay, bye-bye.